the Toronto Maple Leafs might be cooking up something pretty interesting, and it's the kind of trade rumor that instantly gets fans talking. We've even hearing for a while now that the Leafs still have two big needs: another legit center, and someone who can slide right into the top six if injuries hit, or if they want to shake up the offense. Well, there's a fresh trade pitch floating around that checks both of those boxes, and it involves a pretty familiar face from a very familiar rival. So here's the idea. Toronto goes after Kirby Dach from the Montreal Canadiens. Yes, a deal with the Habs, which already makes this spicy. And in their mock trade, the Leafs would send Montreal Bobby McMann, Nick Robertson, a 2027 6th-round pick, and a 2028 2nd-round pick. In exchange, Toronto gets Dach, a young forward who can play center or right wing, and who could end up being a real problem for opposing defenses if he can stay healthy. Now Dach's contract is a 4-year $13.45 million deal, and he's heading into the final year of it. After that, he's a restricted free agent. The catch: injuries have been a big storyline for him. Last season, he only put up 10 goals and 12 assists to 22 points in 57 games. And again, health was a factor, but when he's on the ice, he's versatile. He can step in at center, or, and here's the big one, he could slot in as the first-line right winger, the exact spot Mitch Marner left open when he departed this offseason. And if you've been following what Leafs GM Brad Treliving has been saying, you know replacing Marner is a top priority. On July 1st, Treliving flat out said, "Mitch was a top 6 forward, and we haven't replaced that hole. That's really where our focus is." Dach could be that answer. A gamble, sure, but a high upside one. Of course, to get Dach, Toronto would have to give up some depth. Bobby McMann's name is in the mix. He is in the last year of his $2-year, $2.7 million contract, coming off a 34-point season but without a locked-in role. Nick Robertson's in there too, fresh off signing a $1.825 million extension, but still caught in that in-between space of not quite having a permanent lineup spot. The draft picks sweeten the pot, with a second-rounder likely being the real key piece for Montreal. From the Canadiens' perspective, it's understandable why they might even consider this. Dach's injuries have been frustrating, and according to Maxime Truman from Dancel Scalaces, his recovery from knee surgery isn't exactly on schedule. In fact, 5 months after his latest procedure, and with training camp around the corner, there's doubt he'll be ready for opening night. That's a big red flag if you're rebanking on him to help push for the playoffs. So here's the reality. For Toronto, this is a swing. It's betting that Dach can finally put the injury troubles behind him and become a big-time contributor in the top 6. For Montreal, it's about getting assets now, rather than waiting and hoping for something that might never fully materialize. Would it be risky for the Leafs? Absolutely. But it is also the kind of move that could pay off huge if Dach finds his game and stays on the ice. Imagine the storylines if a guy from Montreal comes in and plays a big role in a deep Leafs playoff run. It's the kind of drama hockey fans live for, and the kind of gamble that could define Brad Treliving's tenure in Toronto.